Abigail chuckled, deliberately holding him in suspense. Abigail's favorite celebrities are coming to Northampton, Zoe piped up. This girl has been yapping about it all night. Abigail glared at her. Why did you say it? Levi frowned. That's all? Abigail nodded with pride. Yeah, my idols are coming. How is that not great news? Oh. Levi walked away. Abigail went after him. Are you upset? Lame. What do you mean, lame? One of them is pretty, and the other is handsome. Here, let me show you their pictures. This is Yelda Zamora. She is not only pretty, but her singing is superb. She is the hottest female star out there. Abigail showed Levi some pictures through her phone. Levi flicked a glance. So. She is worse than your sister though. And this is Zach Copeland. Look, isn't he handsome? Levi pushed her out and closed the door behind him. That's more like it. Levi had never been interested in celebrities. It was always the soldiers who sacrificed and struggled for the glory of the country, but it was these celebrities who received the honor and enjoyed special privileges instead. No one knew his brothers had died for the country and that their bodies had been left in the wilderness. But these celebrities made it to the news with just a headache and elicited pity from the public with just a paper cut on their finger from filming. While the martyr's grave was left collecting dust, and entertainers' anecdotes were known to all. It was based on this standpoint that Levi couldn't get himself to like any celebrities. Outside the room, Abigail went to harass Zoe again. Zoe, do you know they were invited to Rogers Group's 40th anniversary celebration? Uncle said that I can finally meet them on that day, she squealed. Oh. Zoe gave a non-committal reply. I will get some more of those invitation cards. Why don't you come with Levi? Abigail was excited. Okay, Zoe said. We will be there. The next day, with time to spare, Zoe went shopping with Abigail and Levi. After walking around a few malls in a row, Abigail and Zoe bought nothing. But on the contrary, the ordeal of having to go shopping had tormented Levi, the god of war. Shopping with women is so much more tiring than killing enemies on the battlefield. At noon, Levi eventually decided firmly not to continue shopping anymore, so he said, let's eat first. Or else I am not moving. Unable to argue with Levi, Abigail and Zoe could only agree to eat first. That's Northampton Center up ahead. Let's go over there. Levi was really exhausted. Arriving at the Northampton Center, they were surprised to see the crowd that was 2 times more than usual. Many people were dressed uniformly, rushing in a direction, and holding what seemed like a light stick in their hands. Seeing the crowd, Abigail was ravishing with joy. God, my idols are here. I can't believe they are having an event at Northampton Center today. Abigail dragged Levi and Zoe to the front. As there was an elevator just ahead, Levi held his peace. It was only after coming to the center of the mall did Levi realize how scary it was. There was a stage at the front, which he supposed the celebrities would show up there, and many people behind the stage, where celebrities including Yelda Zamora and Zach Copeland were on standby. They were here to take part in some business activities to earn some quick money before attending the Rogers family's 40th anniversary celebration. However, the worst part was that there were thousands of people gathering around the stage. Not only that, but there were also people around the guardrail on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and up to the 10th floor. Levi couldn't imagine just how many fans had gathered today. Are there at least 1,000 of them? The fans were chanting their idol's name like believers who had been brainwashed, and Abigail joined in as well when she arrived. More than 100 security guards were guarding around the stage to keep the fanatical fans outside. Even the stage was cordoned off with barricade tapes. Levi couldn't stand such a scene. Irritated, he pulled Zoe's hands and walked straight toward the elevator. "Where's Abigail?" Before he knew it, Abigail had already vanished from his sight. "She said she's going to meet her idols and told us to eat first. She'll look for us later," Zoe said. "Okay." Levi and Zoe were about to enter the elevator when a few security guards stopped them. "No. You can't take the elevator," the security guard said coldly, stretching his arm. "Why?" Levi's forehead puckered. "Unauthorized persons are not allowed to use the elevator today besides staff members and the celebrity teams," the security guard explained. Levi snickered. "So you're saying that celebrities have special privileges?" "Yes. To ensure the safety of the celebrities, you guys are forbidden to take the elevator," the security guard said ruthlessly. "Come on. Let's try the escalators." Levi and Zoe came to the escalators, but the security guards stopped them again for the same reason. Levi looked up to see that all the escalators had been cordoned off from the first floor to the 10th floor. Just then, Zoe picked up a call from work and took off, leaving Levi with no choice but to eat alone. "That area is separated from this one," said the security guard, pointing at the opposite side. "You can take the escalator over there." Levi looked around briefly. "I can reach the elevator on the opposite side if I pass through the stage area." He wandered to the front stage, planning to walk through there. Heedless of others, Levi crossed over the barricade tape directly. "What are you doing?" "Stand there." "Stop right there." Suddenly, more than a dozen security guards rushed over, touching the electric batons behind their backs and locking their eyes on Levi. Levi chuckled. "Chill. I am just trying to get to the elevator on the opposite side. I promise I will stay out of your way." "Get back," the head of security barked. "No one is allowed to go through here. Didn't you see the barricade tape? The celebrities who are here today are all A-list celebrities. Can you afford to bear the responsibility if something goes wrong?" another security guard questioned. Levi sneered. "A mall is considered a public place, no? Why aren't tourists allowed to pass?" "You can on usual days. But not today," the head of security said. "You people are hogging public resources, are you not? Do celebrities have any special privileges for you to obstruct a person's passage in a public place?" Levi asked in a low voice. "Yes. They have the privilege. Their performance fee costs tens of millions. That's the privilege," the security guard said. "What if I insist to cross over?" Levi sneered. "This place has been cordoned off. You can try." A dozen more security guards came, making it over 30 of them glaring at Levi. Levi flashed a cruel smile. "Fine, a blockade, eh?" He fished for his phone and dialed a number. "Kieran, bring your troops to Northampton Center. I want to lay siege onto this place." "How are you calling this a blockade?" "I will show you what a real blockade looks like." Anger overpowered Levi. Otherwise, he wouldn't have troubled Kieran. Seeing how Levi was putting on airs about laying siege to Northampton Center, the security guards laughed themselves silly. Is he crazy? Calling the troops to lay siege to this place? Who does he think he is? A high-ranking officer of the war zone? Show us what you got then. The commotion over here had soon attracted the celebrity team's attention as a few celebrity managers came over, asking what was going on. The ringleader was Monica, Yelda Zamora's manager. She was the top celebrity manager in the entertainment industry, who had entirely arranged the event today on her own. In another word, she had the final say. Monica shot Levi an icy stare. What is your problem? Can't you see that this place has been blockaded? Levi gave a half-suppressed laugh. Who gave you the right to do that? Monica froze at that question. It was a question which she didn't know and had never thought about the answer. After all, it had been normal all along for celebrities to go out with bodyguards, occupy a place and cordon off an area. So it became a default rule. Celebrities had an inherently noble identity with a very high net worth. And therefore, no one was allowed to come near to them. So much so that roads would be blocked off to prevent pedestrians from passing by when they were shooting variety shows. It was as if this privilege was given to them in silent acquiescence, and the passerby would consciously abide by it. Thus, they were completely caught off guard and didn't know how to answer when Levi raised that question. Standing here today are all A-list celebrities of Arudia. They are noble and worth billions. They can enjoy this privilege. If anyone is allowed to come and go freely at this time, then what's the difference between our artists and you ordinary people? Monica snapped. Levi laughed. So you mean to say that celebrities are people of status? Yes, you can put it that way. After all, what they did is beyond what you can think of. It's only right for them to enjoy this privilege, said Monica solemnly. Don't you even think about creating trouble here or we'll hand you over to the police. She further threatened. Bloody F***CK. Levi cursed. I just want to ride the elevator and grab a meal, but you guys are here blabbering on and on about blockading this and that. If that's what you want, I will show you what a real blockade looks like. Monica and the others laughed at Levi's bravado. A real blockade? What the hell is a real blockade? Are you kidding me? Monica was about to call security to kick him out when the crowd went wild at the few celebrities walking over. Monica immediately went up to them. The two stars in the lead looked very dazzling. They could be distinguished at first glance, even among a sea of celebrities. The man, whose skin was fair, was decked out in a white suit. He exuded a feminine aura that was most in line with the contemporary standard of a hunky boy next door. As for the woman, she was wearing a long white dress that accentuated her petite and sexy figure, and as she flaunted her gorgeous face, she looked like an angel descending to the earth. They were none other than the popular stars, Yelda Zamora and Zach Copeland. Monica, what's the matter? Yelda asked. This fella insisted on trespassing, and after we stopped him, he said he wants to blockade this place. Monica sneered. Just let him go over there, Monica, Yelda said softly. It's no big deal. No, Yelda. What if he has evil intentions? Look at him. I have no reason not to suspect that he's coming for us. Zach suddenly spoke, his voice cold. Where's security? What are you waiting for? Seize him. Zach was especially sick of such a fan who tended to act up to attract their idol's attention. To him, Levi was that perfect example. Yelda looked at Levi and said, just let him go. Who knows if he has something urgent to attend to? No way. This is dangerous for us. Don't you know how valuable our identities are? What if he means malice? This is why the place is sealed off. To guard against people like him. Zach was uncompromising. Just as the security guards were about to make their move on Levi, he took out his phone and bellowed. Kieran, where the F***CK are you? We are already in position, sir. Initiating Northampton Center's lockdown. Kieran's voice was heard. Everyone could hear their conversation clearly. Zach and Monica laughed out loud. Who are you trying to scare here? Who do you think you are to lock down Northampton Center? If you can lock down Northampton Center, I, Zach Copeland, will eat a turd. At this moment in time, something big was happening outside of Northampton Center. Every pedestrian on the square in front of Northampton Center stopped to look up at the sky. There were at least a dozen helicopters hovering above Northampton Center building. Whoosh! The helicopter hatch opened. One by one, heavily armed guards came down, landed on their feet and lined up in formation, heading for the interior of Northampton Center. Attention, everyone! The lockdown of Northampton Center is now in effect. Clear out as soon as possible. Attention, this is not a drill. A deafening sound was heard from the loudspeakers of every helicopter. The crowd was in a complete state of panic as they were curious about what was happening. Inside one of the helicopters, a soldier was operating the computer. He quickly hacked in and took control of Northampton Center's PA system. Despite the warning outside, it was inaudible inside Northampton Center. Zach and Monica were still making fun of Levi. Well, what are you waiting for? Where are your men? God, this is hilarious. Buzz. 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 A loud noise reverberated from the PA system inside the mall, making everyone stop all their movements to look up. Attention, everyone. This is Yash Warner speaking, the captain of Kieran's Special Operations Force of Northampton. We are imposing a lockdown on Northampton Center right now. Please cooperate with us. The announcement made through the loudspeakers was played over and over again. Before anyone could react, the sound of uniform marching was heard from behind them. Thump. 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 Everyone looked back to see heavily armed guards, marching in groups of tens, surrounding them. From all sides. Freeze! Freeze! The security guards were all put to the ground in no time. Above the high level was a guard who came descending from the sky with a rope tied to his body. It turned out that they had attacked from above. All the security guards on the other floors had been subdued at the same time. Everyone got a nasty shock, including Zach, Yelda, Monica, and the rest of the celebrity team and security guards. Levi was just talking about cordoning off this place, and it really happened. And they're all from the Special Operations Regiment. The next moment, Levi ripped off all the annoying barricade tapes before their eyes and replaced them with military ones. The barricade tape the security guards had put up from before was to barricade the public from getting near to the artists, but the point of the military tape now was to encircle the celebrity team. Everyone huddled together, shivering in fear. So what if they had fame and status? They were as scared as ever to encounter the Special Operations Regiment. Right then, Yash Warner, whose voice was heard from over the PA system, showed up holding a loud hailer in his hand, still warning the people, but at the same time mollifying their anxiety by telling them it was just a simple lockdown. Yash was armed to the teeth and had several grenades hanging on his chest. Following behind him were dozens of well-trained soldiers who were jogging up to the front of the stage, standing before Levi amidst the horrified looks of the cadre of celebrities. Reporting, sir. Yash shouted, giving a military salute. Yash Warner, the captain of Kieran's Special Operations Force of Northampton, is here to protect the chief. Awaiting your orders, sir. A deathly silence filled the atmosphere. Monica, Zach, Yelda, and the security guards regarded Levi with an astonished look. Chief? What? He is their chief? And a very young one at that? Levi glanced at Yash. This is great. Kieran's hellish training is really something. These ordinary soldiers were as good as the Imperial Guards, despite the short training period. That was fast. Levi nodded, then looked at Monica, Zach, and the others. This is what you call the blockade? Do you understand now? Everyone was drenched with sweat at Levi's words. They were so frightened that they almost passed out. However, one thing they could make out for sure was that Levi was the chief of the war zones. No wonder he was so full of himself when he said he was going to cordon off Northampton Center. It turned out that he really had the power to do so. Zach's face darkened as he remembered what he said about eating a turd if Levi could cordon off this place. Levi's identity was unexpected. Who would have thought that a passerby who was just going to grab a meal turned out to be the chief who could summon the Special Operations Regiment with just a word? Everyone shuddered when they noticed Levi's stern gaze on them. According to your logical thinking, I should be as noble as you, right? Levi sneered. Monica and Zach nodded fervently. Yes, yes, yes. You're definitely someone of noble status, Chief. Then should I also enjoy special privileges and occupy public resources wantonly? Levi asked. Definitely. What are you talking about, Chief? You can do whatever you want. Naturally, Monica and Zach became docile and obedient, wanting to make friends with the chief. But Levi raised his voice the next second. Does that mean I should bring along a troop with me too? Cordon off this place just to have a meal at the mall? Huh? Levi's sudden rage had Monica and the rest trembling. Privilege? There are so many people with privileges. If everyone behaves like you, wouldn't it be a mess? It's not wrong for you to organize an event, but is it necessary to block all the places? There are so many people and not everyone is here for you. They are like me, who came to eat and buy clothes. Why do we have to wait for hours because of your event? If we are talking about privileges, what do you think about only continuing your event after I cordon off this place and finish my meal? Faced with Levi's questioning, Monica and the rest looked down and dared not speak a word. All this while they had only considered the safety of the artists and their own privileges when holding events that they had disregarded the problems of other people's livelihood. Perhaps ordinary people were simply not qualified for their consideration in their eyes. We were wrong, Chief. We're aware of our own mistakes and we shouldn't have occupied public resources. We will definitely think before organizing any events in the future. Monica took the initiative to apologize. Levi gave the crowd a perfunctory glance. Cancel the event. Yush Warner, take them back and have everyone write a 10,000-word letter of remorse before releasing them. What? Everyone was stunned when they heard that. Are you kidding me? You're asking these high and mighty celebrities to write a 10,000-word letter of remorse? However, at Levi's ferocious gaze, everyone lowered their heads. Lastly, Levi looked at Zach. I think I will not watch you eat turd. It's too disgusting. Zach was badly shaken. It definitely wasn't a good thing to be remembered by such a big shot. After Levi had left, Yush fell back with his men and the celebrities had left as well. The mall was soon restored to order, and Levi had his meal as he wished. Very soon after, Abigail found Levi. Levi, you totally missed it. A big chief wanted to have a meal, but the place was sealed off, so he put this place on lockdown in a fit of rage. He even took away my idols and they supposedly have to write a letter of remorse. How tragic. As Abigail was among the crowd, she only had a general idea of what transpired just now, with most of it having heard from other people. They deserve it, Levi said coldly. But I heard the chief is only in his 20s. Do you think there's such a young chief, Levi? Abigail queried. I mean, generally speaking, shouldn't they be in their 40s and 50s by the time they earn their qualifications and get to the top? Everything is fair and just in the military. Anyone with the capability can become a chief. It's normal to have a high-ranking position in your 20s, Levi said. Oh, I see. Abigail continued with regret. I am just sad that I couldn't meet my idols this time. But my uncle has invited me to the 40th anniversary celebration. You should come too, Levi. Hearing that it was the anniversary celebration of the Rogers family, Levi agreed. Sure, no problem. At the training base, Yash had just released the celebrities who had finished writing their letters of remorse and was about to report to Kiran when he bumped into Stephen Shaw along the way. Hey Stephen, what are you doing here? Yash and Stephen were once soldiers of the same class, and they studied together later. So they had a close relationship. Mr. Rogers' family business is holding a 40th anniversary celebration, said Stephen, taking out a gilded invitation. He invited us over and I am here to give you your invitation. Yash accepted the invitation. He still remembers us? It turned out that Stephen and Yash were Glenn's students. Yeah. Many comrades will be there for the celebration, just to see Mr. Rogers, Stephen said. Okay, let's go together, Yash said.